Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll work on packet tracer VLAN configuration. The objectives for today is part 1, verify the default VLAN configuration. Part 2, configure VLANs. Part 3, assign VLANs to ports. Here is the addressing table. It has all the information for the PCs that we have in our topology. And the first part to verify the default VLAN configuration. So the first step is we're going to use the command to display all VLAN configuration. By default, all interfaces are assigned to the VLAN 1. So we'll start with the switch 2, and the command that we will use should be at the enable mode. Here the command is show VLAN brief. Show VLAN brief. This will display all VLANs configuration. So as we can see, the VLAN 1 is the default VLAN, and all ports are assigned to that default VLAN, which is VLAN 1. We'll move on. Verify connectivity between PCs on the same network. So PC 1 has the same subnet. So PC 1 should ping PC 4, PC 2 should ping PC 5, and PC 3 should ping PC 6 because they are the same subnet. Let's check and verify. So we'll go to command prompt. We are at the PC 1. We need to ping PC 4. So ping, and the IP address of PC 4 172.17.10.24. It's connected. We'll go to PC 2, command prompt, ping, and the IP address of PC 5 172.17.20.25. Connected. We'll go to PC 3 and ping PC 6. Ping. The IP address for PC 6 is 172.17.30.26. It's live, it's connected. We'll move on. Here there's a question. What benefits can VLANs provide to the network? So the VLANs can reduce the incidence of collision and decrease the number of network resources wasted by acting as LAN segments. This is the main and most important advantage of VLAN. We'll move to part 2, configure VLANs. To configure the VLANs, first we need to create the VLAN, and second, name it. Third, verify creation. Third or fourth, will assign the port to the VLAN. So the first step, we need to create the VLAN. Here, to create the VLAN, the command for the creation is VLAN, and they give the number for the VLAN. This is the command will create the VLAN, and then name and give the name for the VLAN. So you create it and name it. Now PC 1, we'll work on PC 1. Enable mode. To do so, we should be at the global configuration mode. So configure terminal, hit enter. Now to create VLAN 10, the first VLAN is VLAN 10. So we'll simply type VLAN and give the number 10. Now we created VLAN 10. Now we should name it. So name. By the way, names are case sensitive and must match all the requirements. So the name is faculty F capital / staff S capital. Now we'll create the second VLAN, VLAN 20. Name it The name is student. Create VLAN 30. Name it. Default VLAN 99. Name it management and native. And the last VLAN, create a VLAN 150 and name voice. Well, we now, second step, we'll verify VLAN configuration. Exit, show VLAN brief. So we can see now we have created these VLANs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 VLANs, and the names. We'll move on and create the VLANs on S2 and S1. We'll do the same. So we create it on S. Now we'll on S2 config T VLAN 10 name faculty staff VLAN 20 name students VLAN 30 name guest default and VLAN 99 name management and native VLAN 150 name voice. We'll go to switch 3 and we'll do the same. Enable config T VLAN 10 name name faculty staff VLAN 20 name students VLAN 30. What was the VLAN 30? Yeah, the VLAN 30 is guest name guest okay, default. Sorry here. The DEFAOLT. Okay, default and VLAN 99 capital M and native VLAN 150 name voice. Verify that. Do show VLAN brief. Well, here the VLANs that we created 10, 20, 30, 99 and 150. We'll move on. We have created, we verified that, and part 3, assign the VLAN to ports. Step 1, assign VLANs to the active ports on S2. So here we have 3 ports we will assign the VLANs to. I will talk later about this port, point-to-point port, but for now we will configure these ports. and the here configure the interface as access port and assign the VLAN as follows. All right. Firstly, after creating a VLAN, the next step is to assign port to VLAN. This port we need first to change it to access port. So to do so, the command is switch port mode access. So first we need to change the mode to access mode, and then after we change that one, we assign the VLAN to that port. Let's do it. Exit. So firstly, we'll enter the port interface F0/11. Now we should change the port to access port. So the command is switch port mode access. Next, we need to assign the VLAN to that port. So to do so, the command is switch port access, and we'll name the VLAN. Here is the VLAN 10. So VLAN 10. That's it. We'll move to the other interface. Exit interface F0/18. Enter. We'll change the port to access port. Switch port mode access, and then we'll assign the VLAN to that one. The VLAN for this port is VLAN 20. So switch port access VLAN 20, and the last one is interface F0/6 and change the port to switch port mode access, switch port, and now we'll assign the VLAN 30. Switch port access VLAN 30. Exit. Now we can verify that by using the same command, which is show interface, so show VLAN brief. Now see at this switch, the VLAN 10 assigned to this interface F0/11, and VLAN 20 assigned to this one, and VLAN 30 assigned to FA0/6. Okay, so assign the VLANs to the active port on S3. So we will do the same for the S3. S3 use the same VLAN access port assigned as S2. Configure the interfaces as access port and assign the VLANs as follow. And assign the VLANs as follows. Okay, so VLAN 10 to this interface, and VLAN 20 to F/F0/18, and VLAN 30 to interface F0/6. Let's do it. Exit interface F0/18, and we'll change the port to switch to the access port, switch mode access, and then we'll assign the VLAN to the access port. Switch port access VLAN 10. I'm sorry, this should be VLAN. Okay, I went to wrong. So no, we'll issue the command no. hit the up arrow to bring back the command and say no. And now we'll assign the V switch port VLAN 20. I'm sorry, I just mixed it up. So the port 0/18 is for the VLAN 20. Now it's correct. To verify that, do show VLAN brief. Yes. So 20 with the correct interface. All right, we'll move on. Exit interface F0/11, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. This for the port F0/11. Exit interface F0/6, switch port mode access to change the to change the port to the access port, and then assign the VLAN switch port access VLAN 30. Done. Now we assign all here for the assign the voice VLAN. Now we will work because we have the voice VLAN and this interface. Now we need to assign the voice VLAN to Fast Ethernet 0/11 on S3. Here, as shown in the topology, the S3 Fast Ethernet F0/11 interface connected to a Cisco IP phone and PC4. The IP phone contains an integrated 3 ports, 10/100 switch. One port on the phone is labeled switch and connected to F04. And another port on the phone is labeled PC and connected to PC4. Well, phones require the priority, so the S3 F0/11 interface must be configured to support user traffic to PC4 using VLAN 10 and voice traffic to the IP phone using VLAN 150. The interface must also enable quality of service that will give the priority to the IP address and trust the class of service. So as I said, now IP voice traffic require a minimum amount of throughput and should have the priority. So the command for that is, first you will enter the interface and then we'll use this command, MLS QoS quality of service trust class of service, and then we will put the VLAN, we'll assign that VLAN to that interface. It's very simple. Let's do it. Exit. We'll enter the interface F0/11. We'll use this command, MLS QoS trust class of service, and switch port voice VLAN 150. That's it. Now, step 4, verify loss of connectivity. Previously, and when we started the lab, we were able to, the PCs were able to ping each other. Like the PC1 was able to ping PC4 because they are the same subnet, and PC2 was able to ping PC5, and so on. Now, when we use the VLANs, the PCs could not ping each other. And after using the command of here, the show VLAN brief, we can see here is the VLANs, and as it says here, pay close attention to G0/1 interface. This is the 0/1 interface, which is this one. It's not configured and is assigned to the default VLAN. And if we try to ping between PC1 to PC4, the ping will not go through. So although the access port are assigned to the appropriate VLANs, were the pings successful? No, because explain because as I said at the beginning of the lab, we configured these three interfaces and we did not work on these uh, links. This link point to point should be configured as a trunk. The trunk, and then after that we'll set the VLAN, the native VLAN on the trunk, and we should allow the VLANs to go through this link. So the reason is we did not configure the trunk ports for these two links, and after that we should forward or allow the VLANs to go through these ports. It's out of the scope of this lab, so next lab we will learn how to configure the trunk port. Well, that's all for this lab, and let me know if you need anything or if you have any question. Good luck everyone, and thank you for watching.